الماضي قامت كل الدنيا لامرأة صرخت.
Today marks our 4th week of standing up in solidarity with our Libyan brothers and sisters. For the past 4 weeks, anger and hurt and pain has filled our hearts as we watched our brothers and sisters in Libya being ruthlessly massacred by the cold-blooded killer Muammar Gaddafi. We have seen through various footage men, women, and even children being rushed to hospitals, holding severe injuries. Thousands of them not making it alive.
Hi, we're here today, as you can see, in the pouring rain in Vancouver, Canada, to show our support for Libyans, for what is happening in our country, in Libya. We'd like to tell all Canadians that they need to support us in implementing no-fly zones, in helping humanitarian relief programs come to Libya. We need this now. We need this more than ever. The civilians have been hurt more and more and more. There's only so much bloodshed we can take. Please help us in any way you can. And join our fight, and join our struggle for freedom and for democracy.
Inspirational. We witnessed volunteers with no military experience take down airplanes and defeat Gaddafi's fighters. And that, my friends, which was achieved through their immense desire for freedom and their readiness to sacrifice their lives for the liberation of our country. And that, brothers and sisters, is the most respectable and inspirational form of freedom, of bravery. Let us continue to have faith. Let us
It's about time the world come together. The world should come together. The world must come together to stop the craze of Gaddafi.
نحن تو قاعدين الليبيين فانكوفر قاعدين نديروا في مظاهرات، هذا كله مساندة بإخواننا الليبيين والليبيات، هذول الأبطال اللي دافعوا عن بلادهم. هذا نحن عندنا كل الأمل، مهما دار فينا معمر، مهما دار فينا نحن خلاص نبغى نطلعوه، لأن هذا صوت الحرية، هذا صوتنا نحن تو نبغى نطلعوه. نحن ننادي لإخواننا اللي في ليبيا أن يكونوا نزالي، يعني ما يوقفوش أمل، ما يبطلوش أملهم، لأن نحن مهما كان الوقت حنطلعوه معمر إن شاء الله.
ليبيا حرة، غدافي يطلع برا.
Victory is ours.
Victory is ours.
Freedom is ours.
Freedom is ours.
Victory is ours.
Victory is ours.
Freedom is ours.
Freedom is ours.
And brothers and sisters, today we gather and we're all in this together. So please come closer. We are one united group. Come gather. And whoever wants to step up and chant and lead the chants, please go ahead, because we need each and every one of you. This is one united effort.
We have Mr. Roger Anas from the Stop the War Coalition to say a few words in support of our people in Libya.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. We're here to show our support and our solidarity with the popular struggle in Libya, to express our full support for the uprising against the regime of Colonel Gaddafi, and our ongoing support and solidarity for the struggle for justice and freedom in Libya. We have celebrated the uprising across the Middle East, that we are joining together across Canada on Saturday, April 9th, for a day of solidarity with the people of the Middle East, a day of celebration of the strides towards democracy that have been taking, and above all a day to demand an end to the war in Afghanistan, for the withdrawal of the foreign occupation troops from Afghanistan. So we invite you to join us on that day. We are meeting with the communities of Middle Eastern people in Vancouver so we can plan an action together that we can hold on that day that will express our ongoing solidarity. We remain very vigilant in the face of the efforts by France, by the United States, by Canada to intervene politically in the Middle East. We think that these countries should be supporting the struggle for democracy.
All right, let's say down, down with Gaddafi.
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 Okay, here's one of our Libyan sisters, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you everybody for coming out here in
braving the cold, wet rain today in Vancouver. I would just like to share with you the press release from yesterday's protest in DC, where our fellow Canadian Libyans came out to protest. And this is what they had to say. After more than 41 years of living under one of the worst totalitarian regimes in the world, the Libyan people have risen to express their aspiration for freedom, democracy, and a peaceful demonstration. The world has been shocked by Gaddafi's regime in response to the beginning of the demonstration. By his public threats to eliminate all opponents using any means. Since the beginning of the protests in February 15, unarmed demonstrators have been exposed to excessive force using live ammunition, anti-aircraft guns, tanks, airplanes to murder innocent demonstrators and civilians in a manner which the world has not seen before. We, the sons and daughters of Libya, residing in the United States and Canada, as we pray for the souls of the martyrs and salute the struggle for our Libyan people for the sake of the legitimate governments, announce the following. Now, every time I announce something, if you guys agree, I want you to say power to the Libyans? Power to the Libyans, all right? Okay, Gaddafi and his regime have no legitimacy and are in no way entitled to remain in power.
Power to the Libyans!
We call for a complete and swift action in the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1970.
Power to the Libyans!
We give our complete support for the February 17th revolution, represented by the Libyan Transitional Council.
Power to the Libyans!
We value France's recognition of the National Transitional Council, and we call for American governments, the Canadian government, the Arab League, the Organization of Islamic Conference, the United Nations, the African Union, and all nations in the world to recognize the National Transitional Council as the sole representative of the Libyan people.
Power to the Libyans!
The National Transitional Council is the only body authorized to make decisions pertaining to political, security, and military situations in Libya.
Power to the Libyans!
We call all governments in the international organization to provide support and urgent humanitarian aid to the Libyan people who have been exposed to unprecedented war crimes in the hands of Gaddafi, his children, his cronies, and his mercenaries.
Power to the Libyans!
We call the American government, the Canadian government, Libya's neighboring countries, and the international community for all the international organizations to take steps to minimize legal and procedural obstacles that hinder relief organizations so that they may provide urgent humanitarian aid to the Libyan people.
Power to the Libyans!
Thank you. And also, I would like you to all go online to the NorthAmericanLibyans.org, which we will have posted on Facebook throughout, and sign the petition urging our government to support Libya. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just want to remind everyone that some families have brought some food and coffee and tea, and that would please go ahead and help yourself and drop some change for donation to support our brothers and sisters who need some help desperately.